Tonight on Best Bits, the women did a thing. Cameron Simon got chinned and looked like a Looney Tune. Anthony Smith gave a vintage Anthony Smith performance. Beautiful. Then he fucking retired. Welcome back to Best Bits. Today we're going to be taking a look at UFC Kansas City. Ian Machado, Garry versus Carlos Prates. It was a pretty good card. It was more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. Gave it a little bit less credit than it deserved in the end. But that's how these cards always turn out. The women did a thing. That's pretty good. All the women did a thing. Both women's fights ended in finishes. If I keep predicting it, if I keep predicting it won't happen, it'll keep happening. And I'll save women's MMA. So thank you, welcome women, for saving women's MMA. Let's just get right into the meat and potatoes, shall we? Cameron Simon ruined my bet, so I broke even. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you break even. If not for Cameron Simon getting absolutely obliterated, then we would have been in the money. But that's fine. That's fine. We break even. We move on. The safety bets are there for a reason. Get into the meat and potatoes of it while you go and like and subscribe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You go like and subscribe, and I'll get into the meat and potatoes. Anthony Smith. Thank God it's over, right? Thank God Anthony Smith is done. Thank you. It's done. It's over. He said he was retiring anyway. He said he was retiring. He's retired, regardless of the outcome. Thank God it's over. Anthony Smith gave a vintage Anthony Smith performance. He gave up. He just lay on the ground and got battered. I feel like I'm saying something like I'm repeating myself, because every time I talk about Anthony Smith, it's just Anthony Smith lay on the ground and gave up, because that's what Anthony Smith does. So the Lionheart's done. He's retired. Thank God it's over. He doesn't need to get elbowed in the head repeatedly anymore. Let's move on to bigger and better things, even if it is a podcast, the On Paper podcast. That's fine. So yeah, a decent night of fights, a decent bunch of picks on my end. So you might have made some money if you'd listen to me. All just under 50 people out there that watch the video. You guys are in on the ground level, cashing in. Oh, cashing in on the ground floor of a burgeoning industry. Michel Pereira versus Abus Magomedov was interesting. I had predicted Abus to win. Michel's good. He doesn't have a gas tank. No gas tank whatsoever. And I was expecting him to do some crazy shit. Like, I wanted him. His best chance of winning was to come out and just do some crazy spinning shit. And if he was gonna just blow all of his energy in round one, blow it just being entertaining and doing some flashy shit. But no, he just kind of danced around and got picked apart. I think he just struggled getting in there. But Abus Magomedov didn't have any trouble getting in there. Absolutely beat him up. Timmy Kawamba, I completely disregarded him based on his name. I have been proven wrong. My apologies to Timmy Kawamba. I'm very sorry, my friend. I had no idea you were built like that. My sincerest apologies. I think it was like a jumping knee. It was very good. It was very entertaining. I predicted it to be boring and go the other way. So thank God for Timmy Kawamba. And finally, you've got the main event. Ian Garry versus Carlos Prates. The big one, the main one, the big fight of the night. It was good. It was entertaining. Ian Garry dominated, to be honest. He controlled the fight. I said as much. I do believe I said Prates would have the power to hurt him. He hurt him in the fifth, but Gary's just too well-rounded, just too clever, just too much fight IQ. You got to give Garry his credit, Ian Garry his credit. I'm not going to call him Machado, but you got to give Ian Garry the credit. He did control the fight. He did control the pace of the fight. That's just how it goes. Prates did well in the fifth, was close. He did well in round 2 or round 3, I think, as well. But in the fifth is really where he really shone. But I think that was more just because Garry was just going to be playing it safe. He knew he'd secured the rounds. He knew he was going to win. But that's still not an excuse for for crawling around on all fours. And like, I can't put a clip of this in because the UFC simply will not let me. They don't want it out there. This is some top secret UFC. I mean, everyone saw it, but you're just not allowed to spread the clip around, I guess. But it's Ian Garry on all fours, turning arse to Prates and just crawling away like a bitch towards the fence. And that's not good for your aura. That's not good for your image. So the UFC is kind of stopping that from happening, stopping people from seeing that shit. So yeah, good performance from me and Garry. Dominant performance from me and Garry up until that last round. Kind of humiliating. And then he spent the post-fight press, the post-fight interview, talking about how he was Brazilian in his heart and shit. And it was just reminding me of like Israel Adesanya being like, my heart, my Chinese heart. That's what it reminded me of. My Brazilian heart is what I was thinking. And he wants to go by Machado now. Whatever's going on there, man. But I want to say each to their own, but it's just so bizarre. And it's just every time he fights, you get another little nugget, another little crumb of like what the fuck's going on in his personal life. And it's like, what the fuck? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Why have you taken your wife's ex-husband's last name and you're kind of using it as your first name now? What the fuck are you doing? It's so bizarre. Anyway, until next time, keep your chin down, keep swinging, peace and love. I'll see you around.